What's going on, everybody? It's Childish back at it again, coming at you with another Summoners War video. In today's video, we shock you guys out of your seats by bringing you exactly what you haven't seen in like years, right? An educational video. So for those of you guys that are tuned in, get excited, you're in for a treat. But to be completely honest with you, 99% of the people out there that are watching this video probably already know how sick this unit is as far as a unit that you can capitalize on for Guild Wars, for Siege, and RTA. But if you guys want to humor me and make it through the video, I appreciate you. And if you want to do this while pressing the like button, I would even be more grateful for that here. But again, fam, the reason why I wanted to make this video was we still, at the end of the day, I still have a couple of people shooting me emails, sending me messages that are coming into the game and are like really excited about PvP. So when it comes to the free-to-play units out there that are really strong in Guild Wars and Siege and RTA right now, featuring a ability that essentially counters one of the strongest types of elements in the game, the passives, we got to really, we got to talk about it, okay? So the unit that we're going to be talking about is Tessarin. Again, Tessarin, literally one of the Ifrits out there that didn't get a lot of love back in the day. Everybody was about that Theo life, when they first came out, but over the course of the last few years, it's gotten changed, and it literally, I consider it to be the best elemental Ifrit out of the main three here. So maybe you can make an armor for all three, right? Or all five, right? You never know. But again, let's go to the kit. Let's talk about why I feel like it's so good, and then we'll talk about the build, and we'll be done with it, okay? So first skill, regular damage dealing ability here that's based on speed. It's going to provide a continuous damage for 2 turns. Second skill, a multi-hidden ability, which is really good right now. Defense breaking ability that has a 50% chance initially, going up to a 70% chance with a relatively low cooldown time, and also built on attack speed here. And then of course, the bread, the butter, everything about this unit, it's all in this passive, right? We got Ancient Power, which essentially provides so many cool aspects of it. It decreases the damage dealt from enemies with no harmful effects by 30%, and then increases the damage inflicted on enemies with harmful effects by 30%. So again, really interesting mechanic, providing that, innate artifact damage reduction if they don't have any harmful effects. But then on the flip side too, you can deal a crazy amount of damage if they have harmful effects, which of course, depending on if you are utilizing Tessarin to provide the harmful effects, or you're using some other unit that provided that it can provide, that's a lot of damage to do. So again, really nice mechanic. I think the first 2 little parts here those are the ones that were recently changed as far as the last, ballast patch goes for this particular unit. But without question, even though those are outrageously strong, the thing that makes this so unique, the unit that makes it so unique is the fact that this is one of the few units out there in the game out of all the thousands of monsters you could do that has the ability to silence the passive part of a unit. And you got to point it out there because, again, when we think about, especially with RTA right now, all the Antarises, the Dianas, the Abelios, the Trianas, I mean, there's just Water Ryus, there's so many units out there that are hyper meta right now, that when you pick Tessarin in that, second round, third round, last pick, whatever like that, they cannot deny the fact that this is going to make it difficult for them. And for me, as you guys know, being a Swift Vertihe cult meta player right now, like when they last picked Tessarin, I'm just like, okay, they're leaving Vertihill in there, and we're just gonna hope that after we cleave and control that we don't get resisted, and he doesn't revenge and we don't get slapped in the face, basically. So again, guys, there's so many units out there that are absolutely ridiculous, and they're not as ridiculous as they may seem if they're passive as silence. So if you guys are one of those people out there on the fence that are like, I got to go ahead and build a unit out there that needs to do so many things for me, in specific, it could be versatile for you. You got to go with this unit, okay? And then, of course, let's not forget the fact that it has one of the best leader skills out there, universal leader skill, to make it that much more easier to resist it. And again, even though accuracy resistance check has been argued back and forth for so many years, you cannot deny the fact that a unit like this, considering what it brings to the kit, in comparison to other leader sets that you can provide for your team, this just makes it that much more easier for you to balance out your stats and whatnot here. Because as you guys know, when it comes to building your specific units, right, you're looking for a lot of different elements of it, depending on what kind of thing, you want to make it efficient, right? You want it to be fast, you want it to be tanky, you want it to be reliable, have enough accuracy, right? But again, sometimes when you're looking at so many aspects, so many stats that you're trying to build on it, it gets kind of hard to give it everything you got, right? So if you're one of those people out there that are like, you know what, this provides a lot of value, I'm going to put it in Guild War, defense here, and I'm hoping that I can it can have everything I need to get the job done. Well, if you don't have another leader skill to take advantage of, trying to focus, this one here, to get the stats you want, and then just utilize it for that leader skill so you can beef up your resistance without going super ham on your actual stats for resistance here. That it'll make it that much more easier. So now, as far as like the actual build goes, I like it. Rocky think I hear has a pretty good example of what you should do. Me personally, I think mine is on Violent Broken, but if I had the opportunity to do Violent Revenge, especially for like Guild War or Siege, I probably would do it. And the reason why, obviously with the counterattack and the capabilities that this could do, considering if they don't, have harmful effects or whatnot, there's so much more value to be had. To potentially put a passive on, potentially do more damage on this one. I think Revenge is a really good substat. And obviously Violent, you got to go Violent on this unit. I mean, it's just absolutely amazing. So this kind of build here, this is what I'm looking for. Speed, crit damage, HP, definitely going to go for plus 20k HP if I can. I think 1200 defense is kind of standard right now in 2022. And then again, a fair amount of speed, given the fact that skill 1 and skill 2 are based on damage on speed, but also, the simple fact that it does have a defense break on it, this can enable your other units out there to snipe, right? So having a defense break to go in front of your damage dealers here, and give your units on defense unit to focus on because it has a defense break, I think is very, very important here. Now, the only thing that I would probably add, I don't think this particular person has it on this one, but oh, he does. Okay, so I like the artifact here. I'm looking for accuracy, especially for skill 2, without question. And so if you can't get the accuracy, from the substats from your runes and stuff like that, then I'm liking your artifact here to have skill 2 accuracy on this one. Again, fam, it's very, very important to have the general accuracy, right, versus the actual artifact accuracy, because again, at the end of the day, even though we're trying to provide defense breaks and continuous damage, the most important thing to focus on here is the passive, is the Oblivion to counteract all those units with the passives here. But if you can't get it, from all the stats, then you can provide a little bit more value by get it on the artifact. That being said, though, the artifact is going to be skill 2 accuracy here, so it's only going to be focusing on the skill 2 versus the actual passive, if I understand it correctly here. So at the end of the day, get a fair amount of accuracy if you can. I would my particular Tessarian, I believe in RTA, has upwards of 50 on top of a skill 2 accuracy artifact. So making sure that you get a fair amount of that as well is going to be very, very important. So again, fam, my apologies for carrying this video, much longer than it needed to be. I should have just been like, okay, guys, do you have a Tessarian build them right now? Just and that's it. That's all you gotta need to know. But I've been doing so many wings since this, like I said, the Swift Verde meta started for me, that there's been a lot of units out there that have been, without question, just easy picks to counter, right? I guess let's put it out there. Let's put it, way out there. Right now, I feel like the RTA, especially the RTA scene, is very, very polarized. You got 2 different strategies, and it's without question, you got 10 to 15 monsters that everybody is just kind of cycling through and picking. And then if you're turn 1, these are the units you're gonna pick. If you're turn 2, these are the units you're gonna pick. And when you think about, especially some of the units out there that people are utilizing in both specific spots, the I guess the underlying factor is that a lot of them carry some kind of passive that can be countered, right? So when you think about all the opportunities that we have for utilizing units with passives, if you're looking for units that can essentially hard counter, I do like a Tessarian right now, right? We got the Oblivion on Tessarian, we got the resistance leader skill to assist, an RTA if these guys are trying to control, if they got to try to go first turn, trying to strip and do all that stuff. So it's just, this particular unit provides so much value in all 3 aspects of PvPs, Guild Wars, Siege, and RTA. On top of that, being a fusible unit, so super easy to get, right? Super easy, or the fusible, you know what I'm saying about. Everybody can get the Aether, but you can technically fuse, skill ups if you want. I mean, it's without question a fantastic use to build. And I apologize because I know like everybody knows this right now, but this unit has just, I'm carrying this way too long than it used to be, but this unit is just so good. Like if you have this and you're not using it, like you're wrong. Okay, I'll tell you that right now. But anyways, fam, that's going to be it for the video. Once again, thank you all so much for staying all the way to the end of the video. If you did, please do me a favor, show your support, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you guys tomorrow for a Guild War battle featuring this unit so I could show you guys what it could do. I'm out.